Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Doc of Detox show. I'm here with Abby Michelle. She's our head nutritionist, and she's a master trainer that travels all over the world. And I do mean all over the world, don't you, Abby?
That's right. I just got back from Greece, Florida, and who knows where else I'll be going this year.
That's right. But today we're here, and we're here with you. And today's show is called The Perfect Day. This is one of my most important shows. Also, this is part of the Perfect Day guide that you're going to find in the library, the Doc of Detox library. And we have created a library that I believe will be the most powerful foundation in healing and health, where you take your power back and you get to keep it. And actually, you know, all those things you were told when you were little, all those dreams you had, to help you get your dreams back. And the reason why you're going to get your dreams back is because you're going to get your power back, because you're going to find the authentic you. You're going to uncover the practitioner from within, and then you're going to win. But before we get started, I would like to talk about taking your power back. Better still, how would you like to learn how to keep it? Our most popular training is the personalized treatment and training. This training is for couples, families, groups, singles, friends, and those who have caretakers. This training is about learning the most powerful anti-aging body work and how to reverse aches and pains and the so-called irreversible. Go figure. How would it feel to not only master your body, but to be the guiding light, the practitioner that leads your family out of pain and back to vibrant health on an emotional and physical level? This 7 to 10 day training will change your life and those around you for the rest of your life. Understand something. When it comes to the personal treatment and training, Abby, they can either come here and stay at the Doc of Detox in the Oasis condo that overlooks the lake, the mountains, and they have all the energy medicine equipment in there, and they've got us just here for them, to be with them. That's right. To treat and train you, and we will train you in the most powerful therapy in the world. I mean, I want you to believe this, and we'll back it up, because in all our treatments and all our trainings, we have a money-back guarantee. Okay? So we want you to understand that there's a hidden practitioner in all of us, right? Mm-hmm. And then you and Sage, and we have other master trainers that go all over the world, and they'll come right into your home. They'll go into your cupboards, they'll go into your fridge, they'll go into your mind, and they will help you to get rid of the landmine in there and really show you that you have the power to heal, and you do not need medicine. Okay? The only real true medicine is you. And you guys, you're going to show them how to work on from the tip of your toes to the tip of your nose, and how to get rid of the aches and pains that, guess, all you used to do is get frustrated or wonder when you were going to go to the next treatment. Well, guess what? You don't need a treatment once you've done the personal treatment and training.
Totally. It's absolutely incredible. And everybody learns so quickly. It's within the first day that they have it nailed, and they're doing everything. And it's absolutely incredible seeing how much joy it gives a family to be able to heal each other.
You know, it's beautiful. What? Wouldn't you like to stop complaining and explaining why you can't get well and be the answer to get there? Anyways, let's talk about something else. And for those of you who are practitioners and want to bring your practice and your profession up to the highest level, or if you've always wanted to be a practitioner but believed it was going to cost too much in time and money, well, that ends here today. My guarantee to you is that you have the ability to become a professional practitioner and create financial success in the world of natural health. And I need you to understand something. You have been sucker punched, because guess what? We all have this thing that we have to go to school for maybe even 10 years. We've got to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there's only the elite that have the intelligence to look after themselves and their family. Okay, so what we want you to understand is we want to create what's called the New World Practitioner, where we have people that have always wanted to help the planet, help everybody out, and help themselves out, and actually have a successful business. And we're going to teach you how to do it from the ground up, even when it comes to marketing, even when it comes to building websites. Look at All our certification courses are registered with the World Organization of Natural Medicine. Our 7-day whole life coach certification is the most in-depth advanced training regarding emotional wellness, nutrition, detoxification, and physical care. Our 7-day Wolfe Deep Tissue certification is the world's most powerful body work. You heard what I said, and I will stand behind this. In reversing all acute and chronic conditions. To prove this, like I said earlier, we'll give you 100% money back guarantee on all treatments and courses. And our practitioners, when they leave here, they actually have the courage and the faith inside themselves to offer the same money back guarantee.
100%. Honestly, it's the most powerful body work you will ever experience. You can see chronic conditions turn around in one treatment.
One treatment.
People will be walking in here with a limp and out of here completely normal. It's incredible.
Just because most people are doing something doesn't make it right. And did you notice it's not working? So why don't you just do something totally off the grid and give us a chance to help us show you that we can do this. And to put the icing on the cake, our 4-day Wolfe Non-Surgical certification is the only course of its kind in the world, and the name speaks for itself. This therapy cures the so-called incurable, focusing on the pelvic area, abdomen, breasts, heart, and face. From organ alignment to facial structuring to breast lifting and restoring to abdominal restoration and scar tissue elimination. There is no course like this. I mean, tell me another course where you can take like a fibroid and the size of a peach and in 40 minutes reduce it by, let's just say, worst case scenario, 30%, best case scenario, 50%, one treatment. So understand something. The days of, we'll keep an eye on that for you, are over. We're not keeping an eye on it. We're going to take action, and we're going to help you to learn how to take action with your clients, okay? And with people that you do PTTs with, and how to take action and show them how to take action, and then together you can do this. These courses can be taken separately or together as a 21-day advanced certification, and we teach them all over the world. And where do they got to go for more information?
You can go to the International Training Institute of Health.com or itioh.com.
That's right. And you can go there and you can see about the PTTs, personal treatment and trainings, to go and to stay. If you're somebody who would like to really bring your family together or bring your health together. And if you're a practitioner, you want to read about these too, because you will be doing these after you take our courses. Okay. And if you're looking to where to take a course and how much it costs, then that's where you go.
Totally. And
right?
We do go all over the world. We're doing another course in Kelowna this year, and then we're going to be
Australia
next year? Australia.
England,
Phoenix.
And Phoenix and LA.
There we go. So come find us in your closest location.
Catch us if you can. All right. So
Awesome.
Here we go. The perfect day.
All right. So the perfect day, you can download it in our Doc of Detox library. So you can just go to docofdetox.com and click on library, and it gives you everything you need to master your health there. So you can download the perfect day. And this is just a general guide showing you what a healthy diet looks and feels like. In the perfect day, we show how to take all the supplements. So please don't think that this is your protocol. It's showing absolutely everything. So
yeah, and some people will be taking maybe these supplements or using this type of blender drink, or doing this salad, or doing this external therapy. Different people have different situations, and when you read through the guide, it's going to help them, isn't it? Totally. It's going to help you to create your perfect day. And then you can always call us if you have any questions at all. Mm-hmm. You are never bothering us, are they?
Never.
You can call us. Listen, when your questions matter, you'll matter. And when you matter, your questions matter. And they matter to us. And the other thing is, if you want support and help, Abby, they can call and we'll do a consultation, a 1-hour consultation. Yep. We'll tape it.
Yep.
And we'll send you that so you have it on file. And we'll do it by FaceTime.
Yep.
Skype.
WhatsApp.
And
regular phone, however you want to do it. We'll
or
do it
walk
your
on
way.
in and say hello and give us a
Yes.
hug, and we'll do it that way.
Exactly. Or
Okay.
if you do a PTT to go, we'll come to you.
That's right, and it'll all get done that way.
Yeah, and you can customize this plan to suit your needs. So if it's something that you're wanting to really master and take into your own hands and you're dealing with something more chronic, then definitely booking a consultation is the way to go.
Yeah, and from the perfect day that you might take yourself then into fasting for perfect health guide. And then maybe looking at the Braveheart guide and learning the 12 loving steps so that you can honor, respect, and love yourself totally. And for most, it might be their first time.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right. So for the first 33 days, we want to be eating at least 95% fresh and raw vegetables and fruit. And we want to be eating something fresh and raw every 2 to 3 hours from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that's intermittent fasting. That's our eating window.
And don't eat if you're not hungry.
Yes.
Okay? And don't mistake eating for thirst, because a lot of people will drink when they're tired, when they're bored, when they're anxious. Okay?
They'll eat when they're that way.
That's right. No, they'll eat when they're that way, and
When they should be drinking.
and when they should be drinking water, because water has hydrogen in it, and structured water has the most hydrogen in it.
Yeah. So it's really important, like even before a meal, drinking a glass of water, because sometimes you might not even be hungry for that food. You're just really, really thirsty. So hydration is the number one source of energy for us.
And I don't want to go on about it, but just letting everybody know there that we are corporate eating machines. I mean, the more we eat, the more money they make. So I just want you to think about that. Okay, so if you were to cut back on 2/3 of what you eat right now, you'd have the perfect day diet.
Totally. People eat so much.
Yeah, no, that's why you're. Well, we'll get into that. If you actually go and watch the Spoiled Rotten video or the domino effect of unconscious living, it'll explain all that to you.
Definitely. So when you do get a little bit of hunger kicking in, the best thing to do for a snack would be to have some fresh fruit, veggies, or a smoothie. So don't go for that bag of chips. Don't go for that popcorn. Stick with something from nature. We want to eliminate all those processed, packaged, chemical-laden foods.
And understand, when you reach for those, that means that you're an addict. You are a drug addict. Okay.
Yeah, essentially it's the same thing. So we want to eat a vegetable rainbow salad with plant protein for lunch and dinner. Especially for those first 33 days, we really want to give that immune system a reset. And then we can work in some more cooked foods, some soups.
Later.
Later on. But
Because-
those first 33 days.
Yeah, because the more you cook, the worse you look.
Yeah.
And the reality is the higher vibration is in the food, the higher vibration is going to get in you. And if we can bring up your vibration, then anything that's below that vibration must leave.
And speaking of high vibration, vegetable juicing.
There it is.
We want to incorporate vegetable juice as much as we can. So carrot juice, celery juice, keeping it simple. We don't want to be mixing a whole bunch of different things together. Just clean 1 to 2, max 3 pieces of vegetables per juice.
And just saying, you know what, in time, you know what you're saying to yourself? I could never do this. Gentle baby steps, right, Abby?
Yeah.
And you're going to say to yourself, I could never do this, but guess what? What are you doing today that you said you would never do a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? So that's how it is. And guess what? Your reality is not going to change unless your personality does. And talking about juicing, I drink an average of 40 ounces at least 6 days a week, without exaggeration, no exaggeration. I've got 40 ounces sitting right on a floor here right now. Okay?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I just jumped back on the juicing train and do celery juice every morning.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And
She got off the
carrot
pain
juice.
train and
Yes.
she's on the juicing train.
I'm good to go.
Okay, all right.
My juicer was broken, so that's why. Now it's fixed, so we're good. But no, juicing is absolutely incredible. And you're so right when you talk about you don't think that you can make all these changes. Like I remember when I first started, I was like, I'll never quit that. I'll never quit that. And now I look back, I'm like, I can't believe I used to do those things.
Yeah, and my kids, when they were younger, they said that they would never do drugs and smoke. Well, that changed too. And they did that. And then they never thought they could ever quit, and that changed too. But that was mine. I did that too.
Yeah, we all do it.
So, we say I'll never do that, and then you do. Yeah. So if you can do things that are bad for you, I'm sure that you can do things that are
great for you.
All right.
All right. So let's get to how we should prepare our foods. So we really want to make sure we wash our foods really good, because even if we're buying organic, there are a lot of things being sprayed in the air these days. So we need to protect ourselves as best that we can, because we are still getting some pesticides and different fertilizers coming in. And even the organic ones do use some chemicals.
Glyphosate, if you go and you read over Fasting for Perfect Health, I explained the whole thing, why there's glyphosate in all organics.
You have to be very careful. And with lots of the things that they're spraying in the sky, it's glyphosates and nanoparticle size aluminum. So that's getting lodged into our skin just from living, and it's getting into our foods. So
yeah. But don't freak out, because guess what? If you follow our general guidelines and just start taking it step by step, you were created by God Almighty, and God Almighty, you got this.
We have all the tools you need
to
live the best life.
It doesn't matter how much they're going to throw at us, okay? We're amazing, okay? You've got this, okay? So 3, 2, 1, don't freak out. Stick with us. Walk with us. Gentle baby loving steps.
Yeah.
Happy.
So the best way to clean your fruits and vegetables is with structured water and baking soda. And if you can soak it for 10 to 15 minutes, this will pull out the pesticides and all the junk that they're using to grow our foods. So,
and the ones that it doesn't pull out, it will actually change the structure so that it doesn't harm you. Remember something, the reason why we drink structured water is structured water does not get rid of the contaminants, it changes the frequency. And if you don't believe me, then you need to talk to the creator of the universe, because that's what the creator did in creating rain. All the rain has heavy metals and chemicals in it, but the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees seem to be still loving it. And that's because the rain is structured. And what about them and their little spray bottle? What should they do with that?
So you definitely want to fill up a little spray bottle so that you can spray your salads with structured water and all your foods. You can even spray a glass of water when you go out to eat to structure that glass of water so that you're not drinking just regular tap water. Just one spray is all you need.
And understand something. We are totally ridiculous. You have no right to even believe us. But just for fun, just know we're not gonna harm you by you doing the structured water thing. And when it starts to change your life, or you feel a change in your life and in the foods and in the water and the drink that you drink, just remember something. That what you cannot see is the most important. All right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're drinking a lot of structured water throughout the day as well, like we said. So we recommend getting some stainless steel containers, like 1 or 2 of them. It's nice to have a couple so you can have them prepared.
Yeah, like something like this, right?
I have this one here.
There you go.
And this is 25 ounces. That looks like it's like 30.
30.
So really good to have a big sized water bottle, so that way you're not having to refill them so much. And you want to be drinking, for a woman, 3 to 4 quarts a day, and for a man, 4 to 5 quarts.
And I know that you don't believe that, but guess what? Here's the deal. The majority doesn't do it, but look at the majority, 85% of the population. Oh, no, wait a minute. They changed it. 90% of the population now has autoimmune disease. 80% of the population is overweight, like we're talking fat. Okay? And then 40% of the population is now obese. Like, that's not obvious. And understand that all of this is happening because you're not drinking enough water and it's not structured. And remember something, all of that weight gain is inflammation. It's not weight gain. So once you bring down the inflammation, there goes your weight. It'll never come back on if you don't inflame yourself physically or emotionally again. So you got to work on it.
Yeah, and inflammation goes down so quick when you do the right things.
Boom.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you end up now having to give us money. Wait a minute, did I say that? Cut. No, I'm kidding. So understand something. If you want to save money, save your life, then take responsibility. Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
So when it comes to eating, it's not how much you eat, it's what you eat and how you eat it and when you eat it.
Boom.
So really be conscious with everything you're doing, especially even with preparing your food. You want to prepare it with love, when you're eating it, you want to bless it, and then you want to really take your time when you are eating it.
And never eat when you're upset. Go align yourself first, because when you're upset, all your blood is leaving to your arms and to your legs, okay? And when you do that, you're not going to have it in your digestive tract, and so then you're going to get cramps, swelling, putrefaction. And that's called a self-hate program. So please be aligned and understand something. When you eat and you sit down to eat, that is a place of peacefulness. That is a place of giving blessing and gratitude. It really is. Practice it. Your food will love you for it.
Yes, definitely. And organic is always your first choice. If you can't afford organic or they're not available, it is better to buy commercial fruits and vegetables than to buy
anything
packaged
else.
other foods. So
Yeah.
we want to stay away from even the so-called healthy junk food. That's not even good for you.
Yeah, because guess what? A health food store is not really a health food store. So let's understand that. Okay? Do you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the more processed something is, even if it's organic, okay, it's gonna drive your sugars up. It's gonna create inflammation in you. End of story.
And if you can grow your own food, that's
Yeah.
the best. If you can really just take that into your own hands, then you can control all of it.
Ask yourself who grew the food, who made the food, and then you'll understand the integrity behind it.
Find a local farmer that you really trust and that you know is doing everything right with the soil and preparing their land properly, watering it properly, really important. And so if your digestion is weak, start by lightly steaming or blending your vegetables. We already kind of mentioned this. Chew your food well, but you don't have a second set of teeth in your stomach. So this is very important because if you have chunks of food that you're swallowing, you're only absorbing like that outer part of it. You're not getting that whole piece, and then you're not digesting it properly, and it's going to cause putrefaction.
So the smaller the particle, the more surface area that the enzymes can attach to, which then means the more complete the digestion. So understand something. If you could actually drink your liquids and chew your solids, you'd have it made in the shade. And the other thing is, concentration camps, they didn't get hardly any food and it wasn't good food, but they would hold it in their mouth and they would even put their head down. That might be good, humbling down to the food a little bit. But the reality is they did that so they wouldn't swallow it. They'd keep it in there and they let the enzymes dissolve it very slowly until it became a mushy liquid. And then they would chew it and they'd keep their head down. Why? Because that would keep it there until actual food became invisible. Until it became invisible and everything was released. Now, I know you're not going to do that, but that's why you've got digestive problems, is because guess what? Henny penny, the sky's falling in. We're always in a hurry. You know what? Whatever time you think it needs to take to eat, give it another 15 minutes and you're going to lose weight and you're going to increase energy.
Yeah. So don't rush to eat. Don't eat on the go. It's going to worsen any digestive problem. So really take your time with your meals. And most importantly, make sure everything tastes great so that you enjoy it. We already kind of mentioned this. Don't bring conflict to the table. Do you want to mention anything else on that?
Well, like I said, before you enter your home, wipe your mind off at the door and only bring love in, only bring health in. And you know what? Understand that you're responsible for how you feel, and the way you feel affects everyone in your house. And believe it or not, you're the terrorist that you see that you want to get rid of.
Yeah, and just that feeling of somebody confronting you about something, that feeling that you get in your stomach doesn't feel good. So imagine trying to eat something while you're going through that. So don't put anybody through that.
And when it comes to children, they're already punishing themselves. So we don't really need to do that. Okay? And they're always on alert, thinking that they're going to be in trouble because parents are adulterated and parents aren't actually grumpy. They're just constipated. Okay.
And the last little point before we get into some other stuff is just make sure to have a blessed meal every meal. So
Every meal.
really celebrate it.
Every meal.
And one of the best ways that you can really enjoy your meal is if you meal prep, because then you're not spending so much time in the kitchen every day. If you prep for 3 days in advance, it's going to give you a lot more time to spend with your family and just enjoy your life a lot more. So definitely recommend
make sure that if you're doing that, that you've got really good seal containers.
Yes.
They're airtight,
Yes.
like the ones
The
from
Vaxi.
Zepter, the Vaxi ones,
Yeah.
where you can suck the air out, and it's, because that'll keep your salads like 3 times longer fresh.
Yeah, definitely. So make sure you have a very, very good Tupperware system. The Vaxi is the best because it has like a suction thing that it pulls out all the air. But yeah, if you can prepare 3 days worth of salad, then you're going to be rocking and rolling.
And because guess what? Here's the deal. If you don't, you won't.
Yeah.
You won't be eating it.
You'll
Oh,
go
I'm
for
so
that.
sick and tired of making salad every day. Chop, 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 chop.
Yeah.
And you have a little chopper, don't you? What do you use?
Yeah, food processor. Best thing ever.
There you go.
Changed my life. I
Changed
was
your
like
life.
chopping, and then all the pieces were so big, and now with that, it's like sliced tiny little fine slices. You can shred your carrots, shred your cabbage. Best thing ever. So that way you're not spending so much time having to chew your food into tiny pieces as well. So
Yeah, let
lifesaver.
technology work for you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's just get rid of all the stigma around fruit. Everybody seems to think fruit is bad when fruit is good.
The answer to cancer is fruit. Antioxidant.
Yeah.
So, all my cancer patients do a lot of berries. Now, some people will make berries scary, but understand something. You can't take everything away from people. And guess what? Did berries cause the cancer? No. And so I won't get into the whole cancer thing.
Yeah.
But the reality is that cancer's doubling up in clientele and clients every year, isn't it, for us? It's just like, we get probably anywhere from 8 to 12 people calling us every day new with this situation. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so with fruits, it's a slow burning sugar. So as long as you're having it as a whole piece, you're
Yeah.
good to go. If you're going to be juicing fruit, then
That's a
That's
no-no.
not good.
That's a no-no.
yeah, too much sugar straight into your bloodstream. So
And that's for anybody.
yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so you orange juice eaters there, you are totally shocking your immune system. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't juice fruit. Lemons, limes, yes.
Yeah, and then you can put your fruit in your smoothies because you're still getting that fiber. So that's the best way to get your
Yeah.
fruit in, or just eating it whole. And there's a really high electrical charge to fruit. So
Especially berries.
yes, the best. So fill up on berries. All right, so let's get into the actual schedule of the perfect day. So we literally have this laid out for you from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. So it has your perfect day for you every single day. And you just have to follow these simple steps.
Start off with this, then start tweaking it,
Yeah.
and then make it work for you. And understand something. Don't take 3 steps at a time. But, people say, I'm in the process. I never want to hear that word. No. Get moving. Get going. Lovingly give yourself a beautiful little push, okay, every day. Make sure that you're getting further every day. You do know that if you change 1% every day, you've changed 365% in 1 year. Okay, think about that.
And just do what you can at the beginning. If you can't do it all, if it's overwhelming for you, then just start with the things that really work for you. And then as you continue with the program, you're going to be able to fit everything in.
And if you feel that you can't emotionally handle things, then please go to Braveheart guide and open that up and read it. But please watch the 12 unconditional self-loving steps. And then if you can take these steps on and start, the biggest problem you're ever going to have is looking in the mirror and telling yourself you love yourself. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Start working with yourself and playing with yourself, because as soon as you unleash and release that little child from within and understand that life is meant to be fun and playful and you're beautiful. So how are we going to start the morning?
With one of the Braveheart steps,
Okay.
with Lionheart breathing. So this is a really beautiful way to wake up. You're going to wake up really calm, and you're going to bring that on with you throughout the day. So it's just very simple. You put one hand over your heart and one hand on your belly, and you just take a 6-second breath in through your nose and 7 seconds out through your mouth.
But hold it. Hold it. Once you take the 6 seconds in, you need to hold that breath for just 2 seconds to 3 seconds. That's called still point. That is the calm. That is the peace. And then let it go for 7 seconds.
Yeah.
You want to show them?
Yeah, so right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly. And this is making the heart-gut connection. And through breathing, we're connecting everything to the brain.
And if
So-
I can say this, that's where we're broke up. You know, the guy with the swelly belly, you know how you've got the cramps, okay, whether your period's coming or you're going into menopause, or you've got prostate inflammation, bladder infection, or fibroids, tumors, colitis, ulcers. All of this is the breaking of the
Connection.
gut-brain connection.
Yeah. So very important. So we want to hold one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, and that's bringing our focus into those areas. And then taking the 6 seconds in through the nose, holding it for 2 seconds, and then releasing out through the mouth. And that's just the most beautiful way to start your morning. And you can do that for 30 seconds. You can do it for up to 3 minutes. Really doesn't matter how long you're doing it for, but even just 3 breaths in like that is going to completely calm you down and put you into a parasympathetic state. And then after you do the Lionheart breathing, you can do the belly button therapy. So that's just with the belly button wand. And
you can see that on our website if you like.
Yeah. And basically you're just stimulating your belly button, your umbilical cord, and targeting different areas in your colon. And it will help with dumping serotonin and dopamine level, serotonin and
70%
dopamine.
of your serotonin, 50% of your dopamine.
Yeah.
And the thing is the belly button is the most important button to push. You're still laying in bed. You're doing your Lionheart breathing, and you're doing the belly button therapy. And because, understand something, the first hour of the day is called the hour of power. And the last hour of the day is called the hour of power. How you start your day and finish your day is what creates this perfect day. So, and when you're doing this, you're also getting 25% more stretch to your body as if you did 35 minutes of yoga with this 5 minutes of belly button therapy, okay, in 5 minutes.
It's absolutely amazing. And it's going to help with your flora. So it's going to help with producing more good bacteria. It's going to raise your core body temperature by 2 degrees. And when we raise that up, disease can't live in the system.
You can actually kill cancer.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that amazing? You are the power you seek, all right? So you really need to understand that. And the main domino for turning on the vagus nerve is where?
Right here.
And behind the belly button. And guess what? Wouldn't it be though? Come on, your umbilical cord. That was your life support before you were born. And now we're not going to throw that belly button away. The answers lie there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how we're going to start the day. And then if you're doing all the Braveheart steps as well, you can be doing your journaling and your affirmations. Really important. Even just reading over your affirmations that you wrote the night before and reading those out loud can be very powerful. So just doing really self-loving things in the morning is so important, even if it's only for 15 minutes. Doing a little 5-minute meditation while you do everything is a beautiful way to start the day.
What about you? When do you really count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we can do the nebulizer with silver and fulvic, and that's really powerful to do for your nose and throat and for your brain health as well. So
and your eyes.
Yeah.
And your eyes. When you do the actual nebulizer, and nebulizing, for you, those of you who don't know about it, it's making the nano silver, okay, and the nano fulvic, okay, nano fulvic drops into actually a vapor. When you make it into a vapor, it's able to go everywhere and anywhere with ease. So when you breathe it in, right? Mm-hmm. And remember, this is all caves. These caves of the sinuses go to the ears, go to the throat, go to the eyes, and go to the brain, and go to the lungs. So
what
you're
likes
hitting
to live in caves?
fungus.
Yes. So the silver and the fulvic are going to kick that fungus out of there. Definitely. So if you have like sinus problems, sinusitis, just major congestion.
Anybody that's has a chronic illness, they should be doing this throughout the day, all day long. For one thing, do you ever notice people who have a chronic illness don't breathe? Yeah. They breathe from their nose. They're just slightly breathing because they're just slightly living because they haven't been able to process their emotions, so they have brought their whole vibration down. And understand something. When you are living in fear, you will be hiding under the bush and slightly breathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also going to bring down inflammation throughout the whole body, especially targeting brain, lungs. It's amazing.
Hey, you know what? The silver causes an environment that chokes off negative microbes. The fulvic will grab the nutrition throughout the body and take it into the cells, but it will carry away 3 times its weight of heavy metals, acidity, and other toxins from your body. And it remediates it from your body, and then when it goes and leaves the body, it does not release it to nature. Mm-hmm. How beautiful is that? That's what you call intelligent healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fulvic even has the power to repair DNA, rebuild tissue, rebuild bone. So powerful. And you can even nebulize with the SAC Ionic calcium too.
That's right. You're nebulizing with the SAC is beyond mind-blowing. And everybody needs to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
everybody.
powerful.
And what else was I going to say? No, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next little morning routine. So this is really focusing on your morning routines are focused on external therapies, internal therapies, and just really mastering your morning by giving yourself that really self-love, self-care.
Yeah.
So we have what is called the CBD Bullet Suppository. So this is a 100% natural nutritional suppository. It contains 250 milligrams of CBD oil. So when it's administered, this form rapidly allows 3 times the amount of bioavailable absorption into the bloodstream compared to oral administration. So it allows instant treatment at a medical dose.
Yeah, and this is the most powerful suppository, the most concentrated and the purest on the market. And
really have to be careful with CBD on the market today.
They did a study, and actually out of 20 brands, 18 were toxic. How do you like that? And so it's not being regulated properly yet. It will eventually. But the other thing is, go ahead. Do you want to say something else about that or no?
No, go for it.
Okay, but with the suppository, you have to understand that your blood supply just past the rectum, okay, is the highest absorption of anywhere in the human body. Did you get that? So when you do a suppository just inside and you put it inside the rectum, as far as being absorbed and helping to bring down inflammation, that's the greatest potential. And if you put it up higher, if you were to wear a finger cot, and you were to put it up about the length of your finger, okay, when it's being absorbed, then what happens is it will hit the liver more. So if we need liver help, and the thing is once you do the suppository, you just want to put your bum higher, and then have yourself on a bit of a slant so that it's held there. And then if you can do it just before bed, and then 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes later, it has really gone in properly.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have to put yourself on a slant, but just a key for those of you that do any type of implants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even like lie on your back and your knees, holding your knees up. But
That's right.
It's nice to just put a little pillow underneath.
Yeah.
And you can do the CBD suppositories twice a day or in the evening. If you're going through something chronic, you would want to do it morning and night.
You would.
Yeah. And it's very powerful, very, very powerful. Just like the coffee enemas, which can be done once or twice a day. Coffee enemas also get through to the liver through the hemorrhoidal vein.
And we will be talking about that more later.
Yeah.
But as Abby, go ahead, Abby. Tell them how important that is. And there's nothing more important than a coffee enema. And I don't care how much money you're going to give a herbalist.
Yeah.
It can't even come close.
Yeah, no, coffee enemas are absolutely incredible. It's not really meant to cleanse out the large intestine, but it does definitely get rid of.
It triggers it.
Stagnant waste, definitely. But it is designed for cleansing the liver and gallbladder. So what it does is when it gets into the sigmoid part of the colon, it interacts with the hemorrhoidal vein, and that triggers the liver and gallbladder to dump. So
understand, it doesn't have to go all the way around 5 to 7 feet. It just once it gets to the hemorrhoidal vein, just chill out.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll talk about it more in more detail later, but it's just very, very powerful. It's the best way to cleanse your liver. If you're going to do some crazy liver cleanse or whatever, you don't need to go through all of those extremes. You just need to do a coffee enema. So next up on the list, you can do oil pulling. So oil pulling is best to do when we haven't consumed any liquid first thing in the morning. So on with the perfect day. The next step that we have in the perfect day is oil pulling. So this is a really awesome technique you can do 1, 3, 5 times a week. You can do it as often as you'd like. Best to do it first thing in the morning and best to do it before you drink anything. Just because we don't want to swallow any of those toxins that have built up in our mouth overnight. So basically what you're going to do is take 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and swish it around in your mouth for 10 to 15 minutes. If you can only do 5 minutes at the beginning, that's totally fine, because it is like taking your mouth to the gym. It's
exercise. Yeah.
You really want to force the oil through your gums and in between each tooth. So it's like flossing with oil essentially, and it's really powerful. It's going to pull out heavy metals. It's going to pull out any toxins, any bacteria. So powerful. It even will help with skin conditions, neck pain, double chins, because you're really working all these muscles. So it can even give you a lifted effect. It can really help with headaches, migraines, because we're getting rid of all those toxins in that area.
And if you've got inflammation or gum disease or anything like that, it's really going to help. And the other thing is that if you've got gum disease, you actually have bum disease, because gum disease comes from constipation, because you're rotting down inside. So you should probably put that toothbrush somewhere else. The reality is that you're not going to be told this by a dentist. So you want to do that, but you also want to do things like essential oils. We won't get into that now, but you could. Essential oils, and you can also use spraying the nano silver into the mouth, or the nanofulvic. You can be doing that into the mouth, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll even swish with silver. I'll blend it together. So I'll mix silver bullet solution, the fulvic acid eye drops, and an essential oil into a little bottle, and then that's like my mouthwash. And you can switch that around to even further.
And you need to understand something. You don't have to, everybody goes, well, is it okay to combine this and this, and is this going to be okay with this? Understand something. We don't sell drugs. All right? Still ask questions.
Yeah, definitely.
All questions matter.
Very important.
But you got to understand something. The whole pharmaceutical thing has caused everybody to think that nature is dangerous. Nature is not dangerous. Okay? Drugs are dangerous. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, with oil pulling, I was going to mention one other thing. Yes, my teeth were really crowded. Like, I don't have much space, so flossing was always so hard for me. When I started oil pulling, flossing became so much easier, and I didn't have like bleeding gums or anything, because I would have to like force it through, and then it would like jab my gums. So that's made it so much easier. So anybody who has a hard time flossing, this can really improve your ability to floss normally. And then
there's me with my teeth. When I was younger, my father had poverty consciousness. The dentist would say, hey, it's going to be $10 to fill and $5 to pull. What do you want to do?
Yank.
Okay. So, anyways, look after your teeth.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah.
And then after you're done the oil pulling, rinse your mouth with salt water. That'll really cleanse everything out of the mouth better than just rinsing with water. And then brush your teeth as normal. You can floss, and then you're all done. You're done with your oral care for the day.
Yeah, I love using essential oils though. They're really the go-to. Yeah. They're so high vibrational with getting rid of infection in your mouth. Okay, and your mouth is the front door, and your rectum is the back door. So look after those two doorways.
Yeah. And I noticed I'll use tea tree a lot, and tea tree actually whitens my teeth really, really good. I don't know what it does specifically, but it's very, very powerful. But
you should be using also our humic fulvic powder. And you can take the humic fulvic powder and mix it with coconut oil, right? Mix it together. Then you can put in some peppermint if you want, some peppermint drops. And I'll tell you, you want to talk about white teeth, clean teeth, healthy teeth. And don't put a lot of peppermint in, especially if it's our peppermint.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
Our peppermint is like beyond Thunderdome. Yeah. Okay?
And the black gold will help with remineralizing your teeth as well. So
that's the humic fulvic powder. So,
Yeah, it's powerful. All right. So next up, we would be around at 7 a.m., depending on when you start your day. We have it timed out, but this will be whatever suits your schedule. You'd want to have your structured ionic calcium water. So
Yeah, and understand, not everybody's going to be taking it, but I just want to say this before Abby starts, is that this is one of the greatest nutritional scientific breakthroughs in 100 years. And I can say that, and we can prove it scientifically. And if a person could wrap their head around this, they should definitely be on the maintenance of this product for life if you want to. It's the most inexpensive way to keep your health.
totally.
Okay, because calcium ions look after 100,000 different hormonal and chemical processes in the body every second. And I won't go into it in great detail, but with the SAC calcium, it will treat both alkaline and acid cancers. It will go anywhere in the body. It can totally reverse osteoporosis, and it also looks after over 147 autoimmune diseases. Yeah. So, but I would suggest you go to the SAC calcium guide on the library, and we've got videos there and the booklet. You can check that out. But go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, the truth about calcium.
Yeah, the
Watch
truth about
that.
calcium. Yeah.
But displaced calcium is the cause of most autoimmune disorders, right? So
Yeah, it's uno numero.
yeah,
And it's calcium that every cell in your body uses for communication. And do you know what happens here? Where the calcium should be in your bones, and where it should be the ions in the blood and in the tissue cells for communication, for everything to go on, it doesn't happen after 35 years old. And then where the calcium should be, it isn't anymore. And where the calcium shouldn't be, it is. And understand, all the calcium that has come from your bones and now is missing from your bones, it's still in your body. That's why you have stiff joints. You're losing your hearing. You've got you've got an eye problem. You've got heart disease. You've got a calcium fibroid in your pelvis. I mean, you've got joints that are arthritic. I mean, that's the calcium trying to buffer down the acid that you've never known how to control.
exactly.
And this product will pull all that calcium back into your bones. There's the magic.
Yeah. Even think of like adrenal fatigue or reproductive problems, hormonal problems, women going through menopause. Look at how many people are in flight or fight response, constantly dumping cortisol and adrenaline and constantly in a stressful state. You're going to be calcifying all of your glands. You're going to be calcifying everything. So this is truly the most important thing. And there's no calcium product on the market that's actually safe and that will actually help the condition of displaced calcium. This is
There's
the
only
only one.
And there's also only one calcium product on the market that actually does what it's supposed to do. Every other calcium product that you buy, no matter how much they're charging you, you are actually getting, well, you can figure out the rest.
Yeah. And also really important is magnesium, because magnesium does regulate calcium. So we need to be
To a certain
lot of
degree,
magnesium.
except with the ionic calcium, it doesn't need the magnesium. But with the calcium in your body from your diet, you're right.
Yeah.
From the calcium that's in the diet, it needs the magnesium.
Yeah.
Right.
So lots of people are magnesium deficient. So we need to.
But they're magnesium deficient. Why? Because they're calcium displaced. And guess what? You're the terrorist. You terrorize yourself. For one thing, you don't think you can heal. The other thing is you wonder what's going to go on wrong today. And that's because you've never, ever really been able to uncover your authentic self.
Totally. So they're just burning it up.
You're burning up, baby.
Yeah. All right. So the ionic calcium can be taken every 4 hours. You just mix 5 milliliters with 500 milliliters of structured water. And you
Which is 1 teaspoon with 16 ounces of water.
Yeah. And you can't eat or drink anything else within 30 minutes of taking it, unless it's just regular water. But you want to have that 30 minutes before and after taking it that you're not consuming anything.
Yeah, and if you're only 100 pounds, so we're going about 150 pounds and over. That's what you that's what you said. So if you were, let's say, 100 pounds, you would reduce the water and the calcium by 1/3. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Good to know. And if you're not taking,
and you got to make it and shake it, not make it shake.
Yeah. Shake
you got to
it
shake it, meaning the bottle. Make it and then drink it. So shake it, make it, drink it. because the ions will fly right out of the bottle. So what they did is they said that it was impossible, even on PubMed. You can look at thousands of research and scientific peer reviews that said would be impossible. If we could ever figure out how to get the ion of the calcium, then we'd be able to actually reverse hundreds of diseases. Well, guess what? 5 years ago, that happened. And now this is an unstable product, meaning that when it goes into the body, it's unstable. So it'll go right into your system without any effort, no digestion, no work from the body. But if you put the product into a glass of water, it will be gone in an hour into the atmosphere. That's how amazing this is. So you shake it, you make it, you drink it.
Mm-hmm. And if you're not doing the calcium water, you would just want to make sure you're hydrating with really good structured water. You can add essential oils to the water. You can add fulvic acid, humic acid. All of these things are really going to boost up your vibration and give you more energy for the day. So orange essential oil, lemon, cinnamon, those are so delicious.
And you can mix those with the humic and the fulvic acid. And we actually have a combination of humic fulvic acid that is unbelievable for restoring the good bacteria, which are your second brain, which talk 9 times to your brain when they're healthy, when your brain only talks 1 time to your body. So your bacteria actually, they do most of the talking. And so if they do most of the talking and your bad bacteria become bad, that's when you get bad moods. Oops. Okay.
Yeah, so that was so powerful. It's going to help to wipe any pathogens out of the system, and it's going to restore your microbiome back to the native bacteria that you were born with. So that's like super, super amazing and powerful, because throwing all these like foreign bacteria into the body, it's not gonna sit the same way that it would if you're rebuilding your natural microbiome.
And don't look at whether you go and you shop with us or shop with anyone else. Remember something, it's all about frequency. It's all about frequency. It's the vibration of the product. Is the product more physical or is it more energetic? The more energetic a product is, the more you're going to heal, because you are an energy light being. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to see if you can digest it. It might take you a while. But until you do, look at that light energy part of you and focus on that, because it's not that doesn't make the physical. The energy light part of you is what creates the whole physical, right? Thoughts matter, right? You can't see a thought, but I'll tell you something, it sure can rule your day. Okay.
Can it ever? After we drink our water, we just get ready for the day. Do what you need to do, whether it's have a shower, a nice structured shower, doing your makeup, whatever you need to do to get ready for the day. And you don't need to spend too much time. That's one thing I felt I used to be major into like spending an hour or more getting just ready for the day, and now I spend like half an hour, and way better.
And you know why? Because she didn't know that she was beautiful already, and she could get out of bed with a messy head, and we would love her all the same.
Yeah.
Right?
So self-love, everybody.
Yeah.
It's the number one step to living your best life ever. And then we want to hydrate again with some structured lemon water. So you can put the fresh juice of a half a lemon to a full lemon into some warm water. I like to do it with warm water. It really is good for your metabolism. So you can
Are you blood type O?
I am a blood type A positive.
Okay, so blood type A's cannot take on too much lemon too fast, because it can actually stir too much acid up. Whereas a blood type O could take a whole lemon. I can take only a half a lemon. I do more than that. I'd love to do it.
Yeah, I usually just do half.
Yeah, because it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I juice. I have like the citrus juicer as well. You can do that, or like a regular juicer, and then just keep the lemon juice in your fridge for
or just squeeze
a little while. Yeah, either one.
Real men squeeze it.
I like to juice it through my big juicer, and then I keep the pulp, and then I put the pulp on my salad. So it's just like little tips that you can do. The pulp's really good for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's gonna, like I said, just stimulate your metabolism for the day.
And just like when we were juicing the carrots, why aren't you putting the carrot pulp on your salads?
Yeah.
Really? None of that should be going in the garbage.
Totally. And if you aren't putting it on your salads or doing something with the pulp, definitely compost. Compost all your waste. Put it in your garden.
And guess what? Do you know where your compost is? It's your large intestine. So what are you putting in that garden? Okay, let's keep going.
All right. And then we'd want to do a daily cleansing tea around 8 a.m. or whatever time that falls into your schedule. The daily cleansing tea is the best cleansing tea I've ever taken in my life. I've tried a lot of different cleansing teas in the past, and most have different stimulants or laxatives like senna or cascara sagrada, which they say are natural but are really damaging. So really make sure you're not drinking any cleansing teas or taking any cleansing caps that have harmful elements in them.
Yeah, this is not, a daily cleansing tea is not a stimulant. It's not a laxative. And even though the biggest noticeable effect is on the large intestine, it works on the lymph, the kidneys, the blood, the liver, okay, and helping the skin, all right? So it's very important that you understand that. And it's a high energetic tea. And the thing is you can just go through the guide on the library. It tells you all about it. And we will also, you can take a look at our daily cleansing tea video that's in the guide in the library, and we'll be talking all about it. So you know what? The learning never ends. Okay. All right.
And with the daily cleansing tea, you can take some supplements. We don't want to be taking too many supplements either. We want to just be taking the highest quality, best source, high energy supplements that we can possibly take.
Yeah, and you can mix your fulvic with it.
Yeah.
You can mix lemon with it. You can mix essential oils with it. You could put the daily cleansing tea into soup.
Yeah.
You can actually make a concentrate of the tea. You can't hurt it. People go, oh, there's not a lot of rules, is there?
I always add the lemon essential oil to my tea, and it tastes so good. It's like a nice lemon iced tea.
That's what Lori does all the time.
Yeah.
She loves that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we do suggest taking the Elixirs in the morning. So we have the ATP Plus, Divine Vine, and the Pineal Elixir, and they use life crystals. So I'll let you explain the life crystals.
Well, right now, I think I'm pretty sure we're the only place that has life crystals, but life crystals were made by Dr. George Merkel, and he was known as the Einstein of food medicine. And if you go to Vancouver lectures on YouTube, they're older lectures, and they were just shot, with old video cam, but you can see it. But life crystals are the highest vibration of any type of concentration of food. They are more vibration and more light energy than they are any type of physical supplement. And you can go on there and you can and if you go into our library and take a look in the Humic Fulvic Guide, we talk all about the life crystals. And also Joshua, our alchemist, we've also done a really great video on the Humic Fulvic that you can learn about Humic Fulvic and the life crystals. But why don't you tell what each of the different products do in the life crystals?
Yeah, so the ATP Plus is really amazing for giving you more energy to help you with performance and recovery. So I love to take it before a workout or if I have a really busy day. It's very powerful because it's going to recharge your mitochondria of every single cell. So it's giving your cells the ATP that it needs to function to the best of their ability. So a lot of the times we don't even have enough energy for unhealthy cells to know that they're even unhealthy, so that they can either die and rebuild a new one or fix itself.
Yeah,
so,
the P53 gene will get turned on by the Ionic calcium and the life crystal products. Mm-hmm. That is so powerful right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the ATP Plus will boost your testosterone levels and your libido. So it's a really good just energy charger, basically.
And we have the only organic ATP in the world that I know of. And the other thing is this. Do you know how people talk about water fasting? Mm-hmm. Well, water fasting is the most amazing thing. It's more amazing than juice fasting. It's more amazing than any diet. So understand that. And why? Because the more you take your focus off of the physical, you go into the energetic. I would like to call that spirit. Some people might just want to throw a rock at me. Or it's called energy field, or it's called the field. Some people will call it the aura. It all depends on who raised you. You'll be able to stomach certain words, and other ones you might have trouble with. But the reality is that fasting is something that really lifts up your vibration. It really gives you clarity on all levels, physically, emotionally, and energetically. And when we fast now, we don't have to do it on water and make it like, oh man, my splitting headache. Oh, I have no energy. Okay, we have people that will fast. I've had people fast as long as over 60 days. I have people that have lost in a fast 85 pounds. How's that? In their first fast, which was a 30-day, 40-day fast, depends on the person. But the reality is we use things in fasting like the ATP. They can use the divine vine or the pineal. You can do your own research. We also use the ionic calcium.
Yep.
Okay, and we use the essential oils. And guess what? We can do it as long as you don't turn on the digestive tract. You don't turn off the fasting. And so why don't we bring the vibration up and say, listen, body, while you're fasting, we're going to give you more energy. We're going to help you to detoxify better. We're going to help you to go and kill any cells that are mutated or dying. Let's just get rid of them. And guess what? When you do a fast, and if you do a fast from anywhere from 6 to 9 days, I know people won't want to digest this one, but that is in comparison to spending like $100,000 and getting stem cell therapy just by doing this kind of fast. I know you're not going to want to believe that. Now, a lot of people believe
way
that
safer.
And way safer. And you know what we always believe? That if we have to mortgage our house and go pay $40,000 for some kind of life-saving, next latest greatest breakthrough, guess what? You are the breakthrough.
Definitely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I've done fasting without this new protocol that we have, and I've done it with it, and it's life-changing. I didn't have like any food cravings throughout my fast, and it was very, very balanced. And
Everybody says the same thing.
Very stable. Like
Everybody
it was
says the same
incredible.
thing.
Yeah. And it was using the fulvic, the ormus minerals, the calcium, and the ATP plus when I needed it, just for a little boost.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Nobody said it had to hurt. You know what? Push through the pain. You know what? It's got to be painful. You understand something? Society wants you in pain. Why? Well, you haven't been watching my videos. There's a reason, okay? Because you're a cash cow. All right.
So back to the elixirs. The divine vine, that one's for the thyroid and the pineal. So it's going to decalcify and defluorinate those two glands, and it's going to give them the right bioenergetic frequencies that they need to be at their best of their ability and functioning properly.
Yeah.
And it's going to promote really good feelings. It's really good for giving you a really good mental clarity and focus. Really good for kids who have ADD or ADHD. I put those in quotes.
If they even existed.
Yeah.
If they existed.
Yeah, good for dementia, Alzheimer's, any brain dysfunction. It's very powerful. And it's more gentle than the pineal elixir, which targets the pineal and pituitary. And again, that's going to defluorinate and decalcify those two glands, and it's going to also bring in terpenes and energies of spruce, pine, frankincense to cleanse the brain as well. So those are the elixirs.
They all make ATP to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But the ATP plus is the one that really goes in there and does it. And understand something. You have mitochondria in every cell of the human body, and that is the brain, the mitochondria. And understand something, it's not genetics, it's all about the mitochondria. So let's get that perfectly clear. Genetics doesn't even come into the picture. And there was what we call the Genome Project, and medical science and pharmaceutical companies came together, and they were going to prove that it was all about the genes, and it was a great fail. And they never wanted to talk about it. Look it up and you'll find out they're still trying to hide their research. Next thing, mitochondria, they stop spinning. They're supposed to spin 1,500 times per second. They're spinning about 300 times per second when you're chronically ill. The ATP and the ionic calcium and the other things we talk about high vibrational are to go in and decalcify the mitochondria, take the calcium back to where it needs to go, create the ATPase, which creates the spin. Because guess what? A 75 kilogram man has to make 85 kilograms of ATP a day. And if those mitochondria are calcified, they're not spinning.
Yeah. Get those cells communicating with each other again.
There you go.
So important.
Relationships.
Yes. And the other supplements that we can take that are essential in the morning as well would be ocean essential fatty acids. And if you're taking essential fatty acids, make sure they are of really good quality, because fish oils
are not absorbed properly.
And they're rancid.
And they're rancid.
They're
most
garbage.
Of the time. Yep.
So really make sure you're sourcing out a really good essential fatty acid. And ours is really rich in DHA, EPA, and DPA. And then, of course, taking a really good vitamin D and a B12.
And with vitamin D, the farther you go away from the equator, the more vitamin D you're lacking.
Yeah.
And this is why we tell people that if you can, take a look. And you can take a look on our website or go on any other website you want. Okay? But take a look at what's called a vitamin D light. They're amazing. And understand something. Very few people are actually getting the vitamin D that they really need. And vitamin D is not a vitamin.
No.
Okay? It's a
hormone regulator.
It's a hormone regulator. It's an immune activator, and that's it. It's one of the most important nutrients to the human body. So you might want to take a look at that.
Make sure you're getting at least 15,000 IUs a day.
If you're an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, and myself, this is just personally, I'll do 50,000 in the morning and at night if I was under a lot of stress, but I don't do that anymore because I have a vitamin D light. And with the B12, if you're switching over into more of a vegetarian diet, you might want to look at the B12 until you learn how to eat properly. I hardly ever take B12. Maybe if I'm a little bit tired, I'll do it. But I used to always feel like I needed it, and now I don't because I've got a handle on it. So until you get a handle on things, you're going to need things. But you're not going to need everything because you're everything.
We're at around 8:30 a.m. now, so we're going to do some light exercise to get our body moving. Get that blood flowing, get that circulation moving, that lymph pumping. So we're going to start with just doing a Braveheart breathing technique, and this is just a way to get your Kundalini activated and get you more energy for your day. And you can see the exact steps on how to do that in the Perfect Day Guide that you can download, of course, from the DACA Detox library.
And everything is about getting energy moving. You know what? How much energy is moving in a person that is not alive?
Not very much, none.
How much is moving in a person that is sick?
Not very much.
Okay, so everything is about energy, everything is about frequency. So you got to think about how efficient you're going to be to get that energy back up.
Exactly. So we don't want to do anything too contractual. We want to keep it really gentle and nice. So rebounding is one of the most effective workouts. It's so good for your cardiovascular health. Better than running, better than anything you can do because we're not putting any strain on the joints. And it's an aerobic exercise. So we're actually bringing in oxygen flow throughout the whole body so that all of your cells are going to get that oxygen that they need, because when we're in an anaerobic state, then the oxygen supply is cut off. And we all know what happens when that occurs, right?
Yeah, and if you want, just check out, it's called External Therapies and Exercise Guide. That's it. We keep it really simple, and you can check it out on our library.
Yep. And just even 2 minutes, like if you are in a chronic situation, if you do 2 minutes every hour on a rebounder, it will increase your lymph circulation by 55%. So very, very powerful to do that. And even like I do rebounding, I'll do like 10 minutes twice a day, or sometimes I'll just do it for like 30 minutes in the evening, whatever
I'll do it when I'm on a phone call.
Yeah.
When I'm just on a phone call, because it's not like it's going to make you winded.
Yeah.
It's so easy. And our rebounders, check them out. I do believe we make the best rebounders and on the market. But you know, in the External Therapies Exercise Guide in the library, you'll find everything from skin brushing to salt glows, to the foam rolling, to core twisting, to rebounding, and there'll be other things in there that you can do. There'll be videos, and there'll also be PDF. Okay.
Yeah. And that brings us to the other exercising that you can do, core twisting. So this is the best way to strengthen your most powerful muscles in your whole body, your core. It's going to detox your organs. So it's like wringing out a towel, right? We're twisting our core so that way we're dumping toxins from the liver, from the gallbladder, from the intestines, and we're strengthening that muscle so that way we're functioning to the best of our ability. Because when we don't have core strength, we don't really have much going for us at that point.
Your core is everything. You understand, if you have a strong core, that's your abdominal muscles externally and internally, and your large intestine, small intestine, and your other organs. Then what happens is your back stays relaxed. That's why there's so many people getting back surgery and having low back problems, because your back is not meant to pick you up off the toilet or put you into the car or pick the groceries up. It's supposed to be your core that's probably on the floor.
And
Okay.
watch how your bowel movements improve when you start core twisting. too.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Ring it out.
Yeah. And then, of course, you want to do some foam rolling. So all of these, you can even just do 5 minutes of each a day. So 5 minutes of rebounding, 5 minutes of core twisting, 5 minutes of foam rolling at the beginning, and you're going to be feeling so good. Foam rolling is going to roll out lactic acid from the tissues. It's going to
You'll
it's
hear
like a
you'll hear your
massage.
spine go.
Yeah, it's incredible. And it's just going to make all your muscles feel good. It can be pretty painful when you start doing the IT bands on the sides of your legs. So just make sure you're doing it gently and holding up your body weight with your arms as best as you can so that you're not in like excruciating pain, because sometimes it can be pretty bad.
And we'll also be showing you, well, the pain, the more inflamed you are, the more pain you're going to have.
Yeah.
So just go lighter, be gentle. Don't scare yourself off from doing it.
Yeah.
That's the deal. Your subconscious says, this is new. I'm going to push this person really hard so that they don't do something new, because your subconscious says, I hate everything new. I don't care if it's going to save you or not. So be aware of that and stay in the present moment and understand that. And when you watch the video on foam rolling in the external therapies exercise guide, you'll be able to see we have some strengthening exercises that you can do with your foam rolling as well.
Yep.
And of course, with your core twisting and the rebounding. I mean, it's almost like your whole gym with just that.
Yeah.
And you can do it so gently and so lovingly. No ripping, no tearing.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible. These
Yeah.
therapies are the best. And then, of course, you can do some stretching, some yin yoga, restorative yoga, things like that are going to be the best thing to bring your
Yeah.
body into perfect balance.
Braveheart breathing.
Yeah, and the Braveheart breathing. And after your exercising's all done, you might be ready to go to work. You might be ready to take your kids to school. Who knows what your day is going to bring, but you want to make sure you dress for success with your Braveheart stance. So you want to make sure your eyes are wide open. Of course, not like crazy open, just like nicely open. And you're keep
Yeah,
your,
not like you have a thyroid problem.
not like, yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
to be crazy, but, and then your chin up, your shoulders back, your back straight. You want your chest out as if your sternum is reaching the sky. So imagine like a cord attached to your sternum, lifting your chest up, and confidently smile. So just a slight smile on your face. And then you'd want to remember to hold that Lionheart breathing throughout the day as well. So you don't need
Yeah.
to be holding your chest and belly walking around all day, but just holding that 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out.
And I have a question for you. What's wrong with having a slight smile on your face all day long? Well, because I'm only happy for 5% of my day. And why should I be happy? Unless somebody makes me smile, or they tells me something nice about myself, or they make a joke, I'm not smiling. Okay, fine. Did you know that when you smile, you change the pH in your blood? That you actually raise your energy levels? Did you know that when you do that, you actually, lighten up and from being tightened up? So, check it out.
Definitely.
Leave smiles wherever you go so people can find you. How's
Yes.
that?
So important, and you will notice such a change in your life when you do that. You're going to notice so many more things coming into your life and all the bad things leaving.
That's right. 3, 2, 1.
You got this.
Okay.
And when you leave the house for the day, make sure you bring one of your bottles of water or both of your bottles of water. If you're going to be gone for a while and you don't have somewhere to refill it, you want to make sure you're bringing enough water to keep you hydrated throughout your day. So making sure that you're adding those essential oils to the water, the fulvic acid, the humic acid, the tummy love, and of course the essential oils. The best ones are the cinnamon, orange burst, and lemon. And do you want to explain what each are good for?
Why don't you? You're doing such a
All
great
right.
job.
So the cinnamon is the best for balancing your blood sugar levels. It's so good for like if you have parasites or bad bacteria, it's going to get rid of all of those things and get rid of all your sugar cravings. Orange burst is really good for just recharging your cells, giving you more energy. Really good for actually breast conditions as well.
Yeah, really,
And
really.
horm-
Right. For putting them on,
hormones.
right? For putting it on.
Yeah.
And also drinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And the lemon lift is very powerful. We all know what lemon
Stimulating,
is good for.
enzymatic,
Yeah, very important.
pH.
Yeah, and lemon lift can also be used externally a little bit. It really helps to brighten the skin, so that one's really good to use in the cocoa salt glow. You'll notice your skin's like so invigorated from using that one topically. And a supplement that I love taking first thing in the morning is the SON formula. It's a amino acid supplement, and it is the absolute best. It's a 99.9% absorbable.
98 to 99%
Okay.
absorbable. It's the highest absorption of any amino acid. Go ahead, do the one that you like. Understand something. When we go through all these products, everybody, we're telling you what we like, and we're not telling you to buy our products, but you can definitely call us and we'll help you out, okay? So know that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I find the amino acids are so amazing, especially
Yeah.
intermittent fasting. I find I'm like not hungry at all during the day, like when
and
I take
intermittent
them there.
fasting is so, that's what our whole perfect day is based on. You know, intermittent fasting is not something you just do like a commercial break or a holiday. Intermittent fasting is something that you embrace, because guess what? Everybody is a walking buffet. Don't they look like it? Don't they feel like it? Stop shoving things in your mouth, okay? Stop doing that. Think about what you're doing, okay?
Yeah. And hydrate. That's what we are focusing on before
70% of
we
your
do
body's
anything.
water, 90% of your brain. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really hydrate. So you want to make sure you're drinking, like I suggest refilling your bottle every hour if you can be doing it that often, because to keep rehydrating and refueling the body with that, replenishing every
And if I
cell
could-
with that water.
Yeah, and if I can say something, if you have a structured water unit, okay, and you leave only an inch of water in the bottom, and you fill it up even with tap water, a lot of people aren't going to like what I'm going to say, but it'll structure it all and you'll be protected. Okay, end of story. But no, it can't be that easy and it can't be that cost effective. You're going to find out something about us is that we need cost effective. Most people get burnt out because the program's too hard and too costly. And how in the heck can I do it for myself? Now I can't afford to do it for my own family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the best unit ever. Seriously, you can bring it anywhere in the world. Structure water wherever you go using tap water, or
I
even,
travel all the world and
Yeah.
I've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you don't feel comfortable doing the tap water and you're buying bottled water, make
better
sure
do
you're
it.
structuring it, because
Yeah.
that plastic is so toxic.
Yeah.
So very important to be structuring everything you drink,
Yeah.
and your shower water too, of course. So we were talking about intermittent fasting. So once we get to 11 a.m., this is when we'll break our fast, and we're going to break it with a blender drink using plant protein. So the plant protein we use is the Zija Core Moringa, and it comes in a Dutch chocolate and a vanilla bean flavor, and they're the highest of quality for a protein
Yeah.
powder.
And if you want, just saying, do it any way you want it. But if you want, just call the office here, and one of the people will get you online so you can get it wholesale,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Because
the
it's
best
really
way to do
important
it.
to get it wholesale. Yeah.
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 Yeah, so basically you would just make your smoothie. We do half a packet twice a day. So you're going to have 2 smoothies a day, one at 11, one at 3, half a pack in each of those smoothies. You can add 1 or 2 organic free range raw eggs as well. And that's going to give you free form amino acids and another source of a complete protein. And then you can do a cup of frozen or fresh berries. You like the strawberries with your vanilla, or the chocolate with half of a banana can be really good.
And if you're worried and you have a little bit of upset tummy, or you have an incidence where sometimes you have loose stool, throw a banana in there too. Slow down the choo-choo.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, bananas are amazing for
Yeah.
doing that.
Okay?
And then you can add 1 to 3 scoops of the Mag Infusion or magnesium
Or
supplement.
the magnesium, that whatever product you like,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Because magnesium is so important, like we were saying, for just calming the system down, relaxing the
It's the
muscles.
relaxing, healing.
Yeah, responsible for over 300 bodily functions. So we really need to have.
But understand why we're so
Magnesium.
deficient in it. We're so deficient in it because we're a contractual society.
Yeah.
Because we're always holding ourselves in protection, because we're being actually attacked by all the systems that we use out there. And that's the truth. And you're going to go, oh my gosh, Dr. Wolfe, do you have to be such a conspiracist? Well, is that what I am? Take a look at your family. How are they
It's
looking?
the truth.
How are they
Seriously.
looking? How does it look out there? You know what? Learn the rules, learn the game. This is planet Earth, a life-challenging, fun-filled adventure, but learn the rules.
Yeah, and just look like how much terror they are pushing in the news. Like if you're watching the news or anything today,
Don't watch the news.
You're gonna need
Don't
a
watch
lot
the
of
news.
magnesium.
Yeah, you're gonna. Hey, go read Spoiled Rotten, and then find out how the meat and potato man fares out when he watches the news, okay?
Yeah.
That'll lighten your day up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. So another thing you can add to your smoothie is a teaspoon of black gold, which is the humic acid powder. And that's going to give you 70 plus bioavailable nutrients, and it's going to help wipe out more pathogens from the colon. And it's an antiviral. It's going to protect your cells so that you are always staying at your best.
At your peak.
Yes. And then you can use either organic coconut milk, almond milk, or even just structured water in your smoothie, and to the whatever consistency you like.
Yeah, just remember something. Don't be afraid to call us. It's your way. It's your way. It's your mouth. It's your flavor. You know what? Just know that we've been down that road, and in 1 minute we could answer a question. Why would you struggle? You know what? Nobody wants to call today because you've been programmed that you're either going to text or email. Well, don't email us. Okay, you can go on intercom on our website and send us questions, but don't text us and don't email me. Okay, I want to know you. I want a relationship with you. I want to be able to answer your questions because your questions matter. And you know what? We're human beings, and human beings have relationships. I'm not going to have a relationship with a phone or the computer. I want one with you. And that's why we've structured our office to be a human being office, not a human doing. Okay?
Yeah. So
right.
Important.
Yeah.
You want that human connection. You want to be able to hear somebody's voice and hear that they really care for you. It doesn't want to feel so robotic when you're dealing with your health, especially.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so after you do your smoothie, you can take like a curcumin cayenne supplement, really important for inflammation, getting rid of mucus congestion in the body, and it's going to put your immune system on a holiday because it's just going to take care of a lot of different things. It's antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal,
anti-inflammatory.
anti-cancer.
Like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, it's the least expensive inflammation cancer fighting product, and we're not talking about curing cancer here. We're talking about how do you fight cancer. Well, cancer's greatest weapon against you is inflammation. If you rid the body of inflammation, that's the only time you can pull cancer's pants down and embarrass it. So that's what you got to do. Okay, and we use a curcumin cayenne mixture because the cayenne works better than the pepper, and also when you start off using it, you'll take it with a meal, usually, because most people are inflamed from their mouth all the way down to their rectum. They are, because that's called autoimmune disease, that's called leaky gut, that's called colitis, that's called Crohn's, that's called ulcers, that's called heartburn. You know, hey, come on.
All of it.
So anyways, you'll start off with just using one at a meal. And if you ever feel a little bit of heartburn from it, it's not from the cayenne. It's from the cayenne, the curcumin, actually stirring up the acid that's taking you down, creating the inflammation. And if you do, what do, Abby?
You're going to take some baking soda.
Wow. And guess what? I take a level teaspoon of baking soda twice a day without fail every day. And guess what? And you don't have to go and get Redmond's.
Yeah, you can just get Arm & Hammer.
You know what? In Redmond's, they advertise that you can't do that because it's got aluminum in it.
Yeah.
There's aluminum in
baking
powder, not baking soda.
Yeah.
So that's a misconception. So you can use Arm & Hammer. And I'll tell you something. You know what? That baking soda is going to save your butt. If you've got heartburn, or if you feel stressed in your arms and stressed everywhere and feeling like you're going to blow. Anxiety.
All of these things are acid forming. So the baking soda buffers down anything that's acidic.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. What did Grandma used to do when there was a grease fire? She got baking soda and she sprinkled it on. Well, guess what? You're a greasy little fire.
Yes. Totally. And baking soda is so powerful. It can prevent 80% of illnesses in the body if you're taking it 3 times a day, especially. But make sure you're not doing it before a meal, and make sure you're waiting a little bit after a meal, because you don't want to dilute and neutralize any of your stomach acids from digesting properly.
And some people will say, oh, don't do baking soda because that'll neutralize your stomach acid. Well, you shouldn't have stomach acid being poured into your stomach if you're on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when we're going to take it. And we're going to take it with structured water, and we're going to take it with about 8 to 10 ounces. So I know some people that will just take maybe about 2 ounces of it, shoot it back, and then drink a glass of water because they don't like the whole thing being in there.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now, I do. I'll get up in the middle of the night and do it too. Listen, I'm not perfect, okay? I have a really stressful day, and then I go out and let's say I'm on the go and I eat in a hurry. I'm blood type A. I'm real sensitive in my stomach and my heart, okay? Okay, so anyways, so so the reality is that I'll just go get the baking soda and put the fire out because that acid is eating away at your esophagus. Hello, inflammation and even mutation. And I won't go into the rest of the story. And the rest of the story, so, just break it out. Break out the Arm & Hammer.
Since getting back from traveling, I've been having a bunch of gassy problems, to put it plainly.
See?
Yeah.
Grease. She's a greasy, inflamed...
So greasy and inflamed. No,
yeah, no.
No, it's just
she was
traveling.
in Greece doing a PTT,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so I just, traveling, you pick up things sometimes, and when I got back, I just had some abdominal problems, and baking soda saved my life a few times.
Saved your butt.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so do it. Just do it. Drink
Okay.
the baking soda. All right. So again, we just want to hydrate. Drink more structured power water, and that's with the essential oils, the fulvic, the humic, the tummy love. We just want to keep getting that water in.
So love your tummy.
And a good way to love your tummy is to get more water in there. Nothing's going to take the logs through the river without water, right?
That's right. And off to the mill.
Yes.
That's
Need to get that out. So water is the best way to get your bowels moving. And we're going to keep repeating structured power water throughout this whole thing because repetition is the key. And it's only the key when you're doing healthy things. So keep drinking that structured water.
What's structured power water, Abby?
That's going to be with the essential oils, the fulvic acid, the humic acid, and the tummy love.
Boom.
Yes. So keep alternating. I mean, you can mix some of them together if you want to. Just do whatever you like best.
Yeah, I do the tummy love, and then I mix the tummy love with the essential oils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll do fulvic, and I'm always putting lemon lift in my water. It's so good.
Hey, listen, everybody has a different frequency, so
Yeah.
everybody has a different vibration, so you're going to find what matches you best.
And
these are not drugs. This is nature at its best. So find your groove, find your frequency.
And this is such a good way to get back in tune with your intuition.
Yeah.
Find what works best for you. It's all, it within you already, right? So just really listen to deep within your heart, and it's going to give you the right answers.
And I just want to reiterate one little thing, and that is really, truly, we stopped listening to ourselves and we started listening to everyone else, and that's why we got into trouble. And it's going to take you a while, okay, to have trust and faith in yourself again because you've been taught not to. But I want to tell you that there's a genius inside.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that brings us to lunchtime. At 1 p.m., we want to have a beautiful rainbow vegetable salad. And this is going to be your favorite greens. So whether you love spinach, kale, spring mix, romaine, whatever it is, if you want to mix them all together, you can definitely do that. You can mix all lettuces together. It's not going to interfere with food combining. So that's totally good. But when it comes to like spinaches and kales, it's better not to do them every single day just for proper thyroid function. And with kale and spinach, if you steam them lightly, it does help with absorbing the nutrients better and will help with the absorption of iodine in your thyroid if they are steamed lightly. So back to the salad, putting as much vegetables on that salad as you want. So getting a rainbow of vegetables, whatever your favorite vegetables are, like we were talking about meal prepping beforehand. So have those prepared and then you'll add that to your greens. Getting a really good organic dressing, no sugar. There's some really good brands out there now, like Primal Kitchen has some really good dressings, or making your own, or even just using oil and vinegar or lemon juice, whatever you really like the best. Just make it taste good.
And just know that we've got lots of different recipes right in the Perfect Day Guide.
Yeah, so check that out. We have some really delicious recipes. Some of them were written by us, some were written by a nutritional specialist. So whatever you like to do, or look on Pinterest for recipes. There's so much stuff out there. Just make sure you're following the food combining rules, because proper food combining is very important.
Yeah.
And that's in the Perfect Day Guide as well.
Yeah, you can tell when somebody lives like a buffet. They look like a buffet.
Yeah.
Okay, and they smell like a buffet. So
don't be a buffet.
don't be a buffet.
And then on one salad, you want to do an avocado. So at lunch, you could do an avocado salad, or you could do other plant protein. So you could do beans on a
Chickpeas.
salad or chickpeas, but
Yeah, but
don't
not
mix
both.
any together.
Don't mix them both. Don't do that. You know, and a lot of people are getting into putting avocado in their blender drink, and then they'll put nuts in there.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know what you're doing. You're actually putrefying. There's nobody in the world that can digest seeds, chia seeds, or seeds, avocado, and oh my gosh.
And then a protein powder, some greens in there. Yeah, it's a mess.
We've been taught to make ourselves into a mess. Okay, remember something. What do corporations need, whether it's in a natural health industry or whether it's the food industry? We just want you to keep on eating, keep on taking. Okay,
Less
All
is
right.
more.
Less is more.
Yeah. And make sure you're putting Himalayan salt on your salad. Make sure you're structuring it with structured water. And I wanted to mention, in my bottle of water, I actually mix in some of the humic acid as well, because it's the 70 plus bioavailable nutrients. So when I spray my salad, I'm spraying some of the humic on there too. So that's another way to spice it up.
And if you take table salt, you're going to have blood pressure problems and all kinds of electrolyte problems. And if you take Himalayan salt and you do a teaspoon of that a day, you'll keep blood pressure and heart problems away. So understand, when the doctor's telling you not to have salt anymore, that's how he's been programmed. He's been programmed that because he knows nothing except table salt. Well, he might know about Himalayan, but he's not allowed to talk about Himalayan salt at the hospital, or he could get in big trouble. And he will not do that, will he?
Needs that income, right?
That's right.
So after your salad is done, you would just take another curcumin capsule if you're taking it with food still. If you're not taking it with food and you're doing empty stomach, you can take it at any time, like a half hour before a meal or something like that. And then you can do the nebulizer again if you want to, depending on, like we're saying, this is for just a generalization. We're saying do nebulize.
Yeah, you can't, you're not going to hurt yourself with our protocols.
Yeah.
And you can nebulize like throughout the day. You're not going to go into some detox reaction. The only thing you're going to do is, but you know, and a lot of people don't even know how to breathe properly, and especially if you have somebody home and you're caring for them, get them to nebulize like every half hour. Pretty soon, if you did that for every half hour and you did that for a few days, they'd actually be breathing deeper and probably heal. Okay, because people that are sick do not breathe deep. They breathe only from here. That's it.
Yeah, you need to breathe deep from your belly.
And you can, like I said, do the nebulizing even when you're doing the SAC calcium. You just took it. You could even do nebulizing right away. It's not going to affect it.
Yeah, you could do it 20 times a day if you wanted to.
And you can nebulize the calcium, the SAC calcium, like you said.
Yeah, and you can also put Ormus minerals in with the fulvic or the silver, just like one or two drops.
To boom it.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And honestly, it feels like you're by the ocean when you do it, like the seawater or the sea air coming into your lungs. It feels
Ions.
so nice. Yeah.
Ions, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, the negative ions.
You're getting negative ions from the nebulizing.
It's beautiful. You'll love it.
Yeah. Hey, if you can't afford to go to the sea,
Yeah.
then let the sea come to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then if anybody's ever experienced this, I think everybody has, a little midday slump where you get a little tired after lunch. So if we're usually around from 1 to 3, you can do that Braveheart breathing again. So that's where you're going to activate
Do the
your
Braveheart.
Kundalini.
Yeah, and take a
it's-
look in the book.
Yeah, you have weightlifter pose, and then you come up to Superman and back down. I won't show it right now. We'll do a video on that separately. But it's very powerful. Do it sitting because it does bring out a lot of energy, and sometimes you will get a little lightheaded from it, and then you just feel really energized and good.
You'll see actual videos on everything that we talk about that's in the Perfect Day Guide. In the Perfect Day Guide, you'll see the videos, and they'll be, when you go in, they'll be right underneath the video that Abby and I did. All right? So it'll be right underneath. That's where you'll go, and we're here to show you everything, okay?
Yeah. All of the tools are in your hands. And okay, repetition, drink some more structured power water.
Yeah.
And then around 3 p.m., we want to do that other blender drink that we talked about at 11. You're going to make a second one at 3.
But only if you feel it will be needed and satisfying. If not, don't overload. Stick to the water.
Yeah, definitely.
And stick to the breath. Do you know that water and breathing gives you more energy than eating? Did you get that? Okay.
One meal a day can use up, or what? Just one meal a day consuming it can consume 70% of your energy.
If it's called the American diet.
Yeah.
If it's produced around the American diet, 70% of your energy is gone just digesting. Look at every time that you eat or you do something, you take something in, if you don't feel more energetic after the meal, there could be a clue that that meal just stole from you because it was not, wait a minute here, high vibrational, high in spirit. Because understand something, everything, okay, everything that is alive has energy. But what is the energy level that it has? Okay.
Yeah. And with the way that things are today, things don't have the same energy that they used to have.
Yeah, and if you're eating processed food, you are eating not food that is zero. Did you get that? In energy? It's actually, if we had like, let's say juicing was a 10. Let's say salads were an 8. Let's say that grains were a 6 or a 6. And then let's say that processed foods, new and improved foods were 0, because they are. No, that's not true. So cooked foods can be a 0.
Yeah.
Okay, cooked foods can be a 0. Now, your processed foods are not a 0. And I'll tell you why. When I meant processed, I meant cooked for 0, but processed chemical foods, they're below 0. And what they do is they have a negativity that's actually below 0, and that's what calls in the fungus and the parasites and the bad viruses. And it doesn't just call them in because where'd they come from? Did they go, oh, well, he just ate that, let's call them, they took a plane? No. You morphed your good bacteria, your good viruses, okay, and your yeast. So your yeast went into fungus, your good viruses went into bad viruses, and your good bacteria went into bad bacteria. They were always with you. Okay.
Everything's already
Environment is everything. Okay, ready.
Yeah. And so again, with just essential supplements to boost your energy levels up, you can do more of the elixirs, you can take more of the amino acids, the SON formula, and you could do curcumin, cayenne again.
And the elixirs being the ATP, the divine vine, and the pineal.
Yeah. Around 4 p.m. again, we're going to drink some more structured power water because we want to drink. Okay, so for me, I like to drink like 4 to 5 quarts of water a day. So I want to drink 2 to 2.5 quarts by 11, and then the remaining half by 4 or 5. So we want to have that last bottle usually around 4. That way we're not up all night going to the bathroom. And we do want to hydrate throughout the day because that's when we need all that energy. We want to.
Where do you think your headaches are coming from? Where do you think your grumpy mood at the end of the day is coming from? Where do you think your aches and pains are coming from? Okay, there's a forest fire. Call in the fire department. Okay.
Spray some water in there. And then when you get home from work or from whatever it was that you were doing throughout your day.
Even if you're tired, even if you're exhausted, go ahead.
So important, just get a little bit more of that exercise in. Doing that rebounding for 5 minutes, core twisting for 5 minutes, foam rolling for 5 minutes. That's
Even
all
if
you need to do.
That's maximum, but even if you did 1 minute, 1 minute, because guess what? It's not even the exercise. It's the act of honoring self. It changes the vibration. Wow, I just love myself for 1 minute. Your whole body goes, he does care. Okay, we're talking about 50 trillion cells and 500 trillion bacteria that now think you love them, okay?
That
All
1
right.
minute will soon become 15 minutes without you even trying, and you're going to love it.
And you know when you say this, I haven't got enough time, I haven't got enough energy, it's all here. Because guess what? When somebody says to me, you know what, Darrell? I'd love to do that with you, but I don't have enough time. What they just said, you know what, Darrell? That's not a priority for me. And when they say I don't have enough money, that's because the case of beer is priority over what I've got. So I've got to be loving and patient with them and just keep on nudging them in a loving way and saying, hey, you're worth it. Let's stop stimulating yourself with the beer because you've got everything you need in here. Okay.
Rhyme master.
Blaster. No blasting right now.
No. All right. And so next up, we already kind of talked about the coffee enema, but we will go into more detail right now on how to do that. And you can do the coffee enema in the morning if you have more time. If you don't have enough time in the morning, then doing it in the evening or afternoon if you have time then. Whenever it fits your schedule, just
When
get it
there's
in.
peace and tranquility. We never rush to eat, and we never rush a coffee enema.
Yeah.
Okay?
You want to be very relaxed through this and not feel like you have to do anything anytime soon.
Yeah, this is about honoring.
Yeah. So with a coffee enema, we already talked about the benefits of it. Should we talk about how to do it?
Yeah, just know this, that there's nothing on the planet that will benefit your gallbladder and liver on an emotional way to help to get rid of hate and anger within those two organs and to get rid of all the chemicals and toxins that your blood has to purify that you've been putting in your mouth, right, all these years. And understand, when you start doing coffee enemas, you know, people go, well, how many should I do? Well, I'll tell you something right now. Coffee enemas are something that should come into your life and you learn how to embrace them. They'll save your butt. And you know what? When you start cleaning out the liver, you will get rid of a fatty liver, a toxic liver, a cirrhosis liver, especially if you kick in the ultimate coffee enema that we have in the fasting for perfect health. And if you kick in the fasting plus the coffee enema, well, then get ready to cure the incurable. Why don't you tell them about it and how to do it?
Yeah, so
let's make it.
So what you would do is get the equipment first. So you need a stainless steel bucket.
And just know this, that you'll be able to watch the video that's on, if you go to the Perfect Day, or you go to the Fasting for Perfect Health, the video for how to do the enema is going to be right in there, okay? But let's explain it to them.
Just explain it.
Yeah.
So a stainless steel bucket is best. There are plastic ones that you can use as well, but stainless steel is better. You need S.A. Wilson coffee. To do the ultimate coffee enema, you also will need black gold and tummy
Why do I
left.
need S.A. Wilson coffee?
Because it was made for coffee enemas. It's a greeny gold bean, so it doesn't have as much processing. So there's more caffeine in it, more palmatic acid, so it helps with the stimulation of the large intestine, so it'll help peristalsis, and it's gonna help with dumping the liver more because of that high caffeine content.
Okay.
All right, and so S.A. Wilson coffee is needed. The black gold, because that's going to pull out more
humic
pathogens.
fulvic powder.
Yeah, the humic fulvic powder is the black gold. And that's going to help to pull out more pathogens from the gut and helping to stimulate the liver as well.
And it also helps to actually carry in the coffee.
Yeah, and it's going to help with pulling out any viruses.
Encapsulate it.
Yeah, and it will wrap host cells in a prophylactic coating, so that way they can't get attached to. So the receptor sites won't be attached to once that humic is in the system.
Right.
So if you came into contact with a virus, that host cell is going to be wrapped up, and it's not even going to know that that virus came into the system. So really amazing, powerful product. And
So we're going to make the coffee.
yeah. So to make the coffee, we're going to do
structured water.
Yes, but so with the coffee enema, you want to have 32 ounces. So what I like to do is cut that in half. And so I'll do 16 ounces of water and put that in the pot, boil it with 2 to 3 tablespoons of the coffee. If you're sensitive, you can only do one sometimes. Just really go with how you're feeling.
Gentle baby loving steps.
If it's your first time ever doing it, I'd suggest just using 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of the black gold, and then you're gonna boil those two together for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes is up, just let that simmer for 15 minutes. Then in the bucket, I'll mix 1 teaspoon of the tummy love with not cold, but cooler water of just structured water. And then when you after you strain the coffee.
Gotta strain the coffee.
Yeah, strain it out. I usually double strain it just to make sure there's no residue. And then I'll structure the coffee. So I'll pour the coffee through the structure unit into the bucket with the cooler water, and then it's already just a bit warmer than body temperature to do the coffee enema. So that way you're not having to wait for it all to cool down. If you were to do the 32 ounces boiled, then you're going to have to wait longer to actually do it. So I like to just break it up like that.
And if I can say this, when it comes to the rest of it, they can read the instructions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's not, it's just that if you go in and read it, take your time with it, and then also watch the video because we'll be showing it and explaining it in there, okay?
Yeah, it's
But
very simple.
Yeah, and know this, that a coffee enema a day for like 33 days when you're starting to change a program is not excessive.
No.
And even doing a coffee enema morning and night is not excessive. Don't be excessive in rushing it though. If you have to rush a coffee enema, don't do it. Don't do a coffee enema, but maybe just do a warm water, okay, enema with the tummy love, okay, in there. And that will be enough to just give you some relief if you feel you need it. But don't rush a coffee enema, okay? Don't go in and stir up the devil in the liver and then cut it off short, okay? Make sure that you, and tell them what they want to do if they're doing a coffee enema and they don't feel it's complete. Okay?
Yeah, so you can either do another coffee enema after if you feel like you didn't
Right
get
after.
everything out, or you could do a water enema, like Dr. Wolfe was saying, the structured water with just tummy love afterwards to keep flushing everything out. So
Yeah.
you can do either or, but if you feel like not everything's been eliminated, then definitely do another round. And what is really helpful as well is if you have a thumper or a vibrational machine, you can hold it on your cecum and liver area, and that's going to trigger the cecum pump.
Yeah, you can do like the thumper prior, 10
Yeah.
minutes, like a thumper. We show all this in the video. So you can put the thumper on for 10 minutes
Yeah,
prior.
yeah.
And then you can also, when we teach you that you're going to start on your left, go to your back, and then when you're on your right, you do it for 15 minutes, no more a coffee enema.
Yeah.
And then on the 12-minute, what would you do?
You'd hold the thumper just on that side. So
When you're on your right,
cecum,
when you're laying on your right.
yeah. And then on your right side is your cecum and then your hepatic flexure up here. So you would be holding the thumper on this area, and that's going to vibrate everything, and it's
Shake
going
it
to
up.
trigger that cecum pump. So it just literally is going to flush everything out.
Yeah.
It's going to all come around and out. And super powerful. If you feel like you're impacted before doing a coffee enema, definitely do a water enema first.
A warm water enema.
Yeah.
And then guess what? If you still feel like you're impacted, then I want you to go and do a cold water enema to cause a contraction in there. First the warm water, let it soak, okay? Really, and then and try to take the warm water enema in, and then use the thumper and just lay there and stay connected to your line heart breathing the whole time. And do that thumper and just really let it do its job with the water. Like if I had a jug and I just went like this and it was sticky on the inside, if I just do this and shake it, it's going to loosen things inside, right? So don't get up to go to the toilet and to release until you feel like, wow, it's coming. So then get yourself there, do the release, and then you can finish it with a not ice cold, but colder. That'll contract everything. So take it in, it'll cause a contraction.
It's like vascular flushing
That's
for the
it.
colon.
Vascular flushing for the colon.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. I like that analogy too of the jar.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Awesome. So after the coffee enema, you don't want to eat before a coffee enema. So that's one thing to note. So you'd want to wait like a good half hour before eating after the coffee enema as
And
well.
if you can make it soothing. So it would either be like a banana will soothe, just having a banana.
Yep.
Okay. Or having a celery juice or or veggie broth
Yep.
or a nice warm herbal tea. Okay. So let's just go. Thanks for all the good work, liver and body. Here's something really soothing and saying that I love you.
Yeah.
Don't go and take on anything heavy
Yeah.
or dead.
Yes, definitely. So keep it light after a coffee enema. Doing the rainbow vegetable salad for dinner with either an avocado or a plant protein would be what you would have for dinner. But
Yeah, one or the other, chickpea or that's it.
alternating though, do one avocado a day and then a plant protein a day as well. You don't need to do 2 avocado salads or 2 bean salads.
No. And remember something too, if I can say this, we're not trying to tell you can never have fish or these other animal proteins ever again. That's not what this is about. So, this is about keep cleaning out, getting more high vibrational, finding out, getting your footing, so everybody will find their place, right? A lot of people believe in the keto diet. Well, I don't believe in keto animal. I believe in keto plant-based. And you can do keto plant-based, but most people will not try to sell keto plant-based because where most people eat animal products, which they do in North America, but not throughout the world, You know that 70% of the world is a vegetarian. Yeah, go figure. We just have it in our heads that that's not really going on. I might die. So so understand that you can go back to your animal protein, but just understand that you will go back and you'll eat less of it because you've been programmed to believe that you need to eat a rhino on the run. Okay, so yeah.
If you're going to eat animal protein, keep it on the minimum because you don't need to be.
You don't need that much, and you
that.
can't digest it anyways. If you're not digesting, why spend the money? And then why have it putrefy in you and look like you're, 3 to 6 months pregnant and you're a man, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
All right, and then you can do some more essential supplements after your dinner. Again, the Elixirs, the ATP Plus, Divine.
It's all
Vine,
about energy.
pineal.
It's all about balancing. It's all about vibration.
Yeah.
It's all about ATP.
Exactly.
Right.
And again, you could do the curcumin, cayenne again.
At meals, but usually at meals, when you begin. I'll do 2 curcumin cayenne right now. I used to do 3 times a day when I really needed it. And I started up slow. It was just 1 3 times a day with my meals. Then I went to 2. Then I went to 3. And then I went to 3 times a day. I only did that for a while. I don't need it anymore. You'll feel it. It's overkill. Once I really found I had myself together. Now I'll just do 1 twice a day or 2 twice a day if I know I've been misbehaving or I didn't drink my water and I needed to chill my body out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll take a break from it too. I'll take like a
don't
month
be afraid
off
to
from
take
it.
breaks.
It's good to take a break from supplements every now and again. So
People don't want to know this, but you actually get most of your energy from the invisible.
And then a couple other things that you can take: ocean essential fatty acids again, magnesium, especially before bed. It's really good to take your magnesium before
For sleep,
bed.
because it relaxes and restores. And then the Iderol, which is a time-release iodine, 1 a day to keep the doctor away, and it helps to protect the thyroid for radiation. And if you work on a computer, you better be wearing a scarf around here because your thyroid's only 1 to 2 centimeters below your skin, and that's why you've got a growth on your thyroid and you're blowing your thyroid out because of all the blue light from the telephone that's right here in your face to the computer that's in your face to the lights that are all blue light in the malls, in your home. Go figure.
Alrighty, so we're around 7 p.m. and we're almost to the end of our day. So you want to do your daily cleansing tea again. And for anybody who hasn't taken it before, you would start with 4 ounces twice a day and then work your way up to 8 ounces twice a day after about 3 days. But your goal is to have a bowel movement 3 times a day, slightly on the loose side, kind of like a cow
2 to 3, 2 to 3, and kind of not, it can be, when it hits the toilet, it comes apart, but not diarrhea, and it doesn't sink to the bottom and break the toilet, okay? And you don't need to use a whole roll of toilet paper to clean up. And the other thing is only take as much tea, whether it's 1 ounce, okay, or it's a 3-bag daily cleansing tea with 8 ounces twice a day and a 4 ounce in the afternoon. You take the amount you need to make sure that you feel beautiful in your core and that you've eliminated properly. That's the goal. And listen, if you've got a colon that is really beat up and lethargic because of antibiotics and drugs and not eating properly and you have no tone, don't think you can whip it well with daily cleansing tea. Daily cleansing tea, for one thing, is what you take every day for the rest of your life, and you're going to go, oh yeah, what? No, it's not a stimulant. And if you look after the holy grail of your immune system, your large intestine, it's the mother of all organs. It'll look after you. So start using it, and it's like the price of a small coffee. That's it, daily. And take the amount of tea you need twice a day to feel that completion. Okay.
You want to feel like you eliminated everything. That's the goal. You don't want to feel like you could push some more out. But honestly, the daily cleansing tea, like for me, changed my life. Like from like my skin to how my bowels used to work to so many different problems. Like
85% of your immune system.
Turned it around. It's so incredible. So yeah, the tea is a holy grail for sure. So in your evening, depending on what you do, activities, if you have kids and you need to take them to sporting events, whatever it is, just try to make time for doing some external therapies for you. Because you are number one. If you take care of yourself, so good and have so much self-love and self-care for yourself, your family's going to see that and it's going to shine through, and they're going to take care of themselves the same way. And you guys are all going to be Braveheart heroes together.
Know when to say no and know when to say yes to you. And if you don't give yourself and allot yourself enough time to feel loved by you, I guarantee you will blame your family. Okay.
Yeah. So some external therapies that you can do are dry skin brushing, cocoa salt glows, Epsom salt scrubs, castor oil packs, and then of course having structured showers or even a structured bath. If you like to relax in a bath, make sure it is structured, and use Epsom salts in the bath, essential oils, and make it a really healing experience.
And just know this, that pick something you like, and you don't have to do it all, and don't push things in. And like I said, make time for these things. Make time for these things.
And with all of those external therapies that we listed, watch the videos, because we do go in depth and show exactly how to do all of them. So you can find those in the DACA Detox library in the Perfect Day. We'll have them listed below, and they'll be in the external
The links will be in
guide
there
as well.
Yeah, and they'll be in the external therapies guide.
And then, of course, if you have any energy medicine equipment, you can do energy medicine treatments in the evening. You could do them anytime throughout the day, whenever it suits your schedule. But in the evening is usually more of a chill time. So you can be using the Bioptron Light, a Sentient Element, the Avicen, or whatever machines you do have.
Yeah, and there's lots of great energy medicine equipment out there. And as Einstein said, that energy medicine would be the future, but we are the energy medicine device. That's what he really meant. But we can utilize these things like the Bioptron. It is the most powerful light therapy, biophoton energy. And with using the fluorine lens that was developed by Tesla, that light will go right through bone. And then there's the Sentient Element, which I believe to be the most powerful PEMF on this planet. And then another device that we love is called Avicen. And nothing increases your microcirculation in the human body to 100% except this device. And this device, you could just put your hand in, fall asleep, snooze, that's it. Same thing with the light, and you can't hurt yourself. And with the light, the Bioptron light, they use it in thousands of hospitals throughout Europe. And they also use it at Toronto Hospital, and it's used for burn victims, inflammation, and especially for eye disorders.
For
so
any
many
type
things.
of pain. And it's used in lots of beauty clinics as well for
skin conditions,
anti-aging, wrinkles, skin conditions. It's absolutely incredible what it can do. The Sentient Element is another one where you can do a blood sweep and you can just sit back and relax. So all of them are very just easy to manage, and you just lie back and relax.
Yeah, use and snooze.
Yes, they're beautiful.
Okay.
Use and snooze. I like that. And then in the evening, you can do the HGH, which is
8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. This is wonderful. I love this drink. It's a chocolate amino acid mix, and
just add it to water.
Mix it with water, and it's a really nice treat in the evening if you ever feel like you need a little something sweet. It's really good, and it's high in L-glutamine, so it's really good for healing the gut and repairing any muscles, tissue, anything like that. So it's awesome after a workout as well.
And then guess what? Just before bed, it's silver bullet time.
Yes.
But we're talking about the silver bullet suppository.
Yes. Not the solution.
Yeah. So that's the best time if you're going to do that suppository.
Yeah.
Do it before you go to bed. It's going to help you sleep like a baby.
Yeah. Relax.
Okay, and it's going to
so
reduce your inflammation. You can read more about it. Yeah. Anyways, yes.
So the CBD bullet suppository, and then you can do more nebulizing. So that is with the silver bullet solution.
Yeah.
And you can do that with the fulvic nano drops as well. And then you could even mix that Ormus minerals in there. You could do the SAC calcium.
Don't forget, everybody out there, you can take the SAC calcium and you can nebulize that. Okay.
So that's going to be powerful for the brain, any calcification going on in the brain.
Yeah,
nebulize.
Brain, back of the eyes.
Yeah. And then, beautiful, we're going to end our day with the same way we started it. We're going to do the Lionheart breathing and belly button therapy before bedtime. And then again, of course, you can write in your journal, do your affirmations, write your gratitudes down, and just have that really good quality me time in before you shut your eyes.
And remember something, everybody. Okay, the hour of power is the first hour of the day and the last hour of the day. And listen, when you finish your day and you do the lion heart breathing, you do your gratitudes, and you do your belly button therapy, if you've had trouble sleeping before and you do the things that we just talked about, you are going to sleep like a baby. Understand something. Everybody that has sleeping problems today, it's because they are on scary dairy, they're on gluten, they're doing sugar, they're having their alcohol every night, okay, their glass, all right, and they're terrorizing themselves because they are just not smart enough, and they forgot who created them, so they lose faith in themselves and their creator, because mankind is not kind, and he's scared the living crap out of you, and that's what he will do day in and day out, because that's how they make their money. Isn't that funny? Okay, so you need to understand this. Calm down and find the authentic you, and you will find the faith and the courage, okay, that what you had when you were a child, life was playful and you enjoy it. Every day for me is a playful day, and when something goes wrong, it's, for me, it's 3, 2, 1, I got this, because I count backwards, because your subconscious can't. I stay in my present mind, and guess what? If I've got 3 seconds before, okay, excitement goes into anxiety. And don't ever think that you're procrastinating on doing the perfect day. Don't think that you're procrastinating about doing beautiful things for yourself, because you're not a procrastinator. You're a hesitator, because you don't realize your subconscious is actually really schooling and fooling you, and it's controlling you. And guess what? That's why you want to do the Braveheart, okay, love band. You want to snap back to the present. Do not let your subconscious cause hesitation in moving forward to create the perfect day for the perfect life for you. Get yourself a love band and start doing this. 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I'm amazing. 3, 2, 1, I'm already healed. 3, 2, 1, my creator loves me so much. I get everything that I desire. So understand that and bring that home, okay? And when you feel anxious, just take your finger, touch your heart, so you get out of your head, so you can go to bed, so you can have that restful night's sleep. All right? What do you got to say, Abby?
You said it, but honestly, that's the most important part, is loving yourself, finding that inner child within and releasing him or her, because once you're able to do that, you're able to live free and you're going to have the best life ever. And I've recently uncovered even deeper that little girl inside, and it's the best feeling in the world. And don't bury that down, because this is, I mean, we're going to have another journey after this, but why not make this the best one we can possibly have? So follow the perfect day, release your inner child, be the Braveheart hero for your family, so that you guys can all live your authentic lives.
Observe, stop judging, especially stop judging yourself. You know what? You can't do better until you know better, and you've always done your best. Okay? And I need you to bring that into your heart. Okay? All right, before you blow yourself apart. Okay. Anyways, Abby, would you like to?
All right. If you enjoyed the perfect day, then you're going to love the Ultimate Fasting Guide, the Braveheart Way, I Am Woman, the Domino Effect of Unconscious Living, in the Doc of Detox library. So never forget what and who you truly are. And should we do the Braveheart oath together?
Let's do it together.
Okay.
Because guess what? Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
And don't ever forget that. So when you start doing the perfect day, don't try to sell it to your family. Let them see the light that's coming off of you, and then your light will guide them. Okay? Remember that. Okay? Understand, everybody's programmed, and everybody's programmed to kill themselves. Even if it's just a little bit. Because think about all the things you know that you're doing right now that aren't good for you. Why are you still doing them? Because you haven't learned how to what? Here we go.
Okay.
I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can, I am healed, I am Braveheart.
Thank you for joining us on the Doc of Detox show. God bless everyone. Bye for now.
Goodbye, everybody. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.